Hello guys, welcome to another edition of Braves Sports News and Debates. Okay, in today's video, we're going to talk about the Lakers 2022 to 23 season. It has unfortunately come to an end in the Western Conference Finals after they got swept by the Denver Nuggets in 4 games. And in my honest opinion, might be the greatest sweep in NBA history, because a couple plays go the other way, the Lakers win this series 4-0. And I don't think anyone would have been surprised if they would have done that. But let's get into it, guys. So the Lakers 2022-23 season started off really rough. They were still with Russ. I feel like they were trying to get him out before in the summer. Unfortunately, nobody just took a bite at it. They started out 2-10. And it was obvious there was some changes that needed to be made. And big shout out to Rob Pelinka. The Lakers were really in a bad situation. At one point, they were 13th in the West. Made some moves. Traded Russ to Utah. Utah ended up buying him out, and Russ went to the Clippers. But we got D'Lo, Malik Beasley, a couple of pieces that we really, really needed in terms of shooting and depth. And we got Rui Hachimura, and we had the pieces, and then after the trade deadline, the Lakers went 16-7, moved up to the 7 spot, qualified for the play-in, beat Minnesota, in a game Minnesota really should have won, but the Lakers just somehow managed to pull it out of their butts. Went to the first round, played a really sturdy Memphis Grizzlies team. I don't know what's going to happen with Ja. From what I heard, his suspension is indefinite, which means there's no limit to how much time he's going to miss. But I hope he gets the help that he needs, and we see him back on the court, because there is one thing I will say about Ja Morant, and that boy can ball, straight up ball. I don't care for all the theatrics that goes on outside of the court, but when that kid is on the court, it is magical and it is special. But Lakers, they were in a very competitive series against Memphis. Ja had his moments. He got hurt early in the series, but the Lakers won 4-2. Moved on to Golden State, which I think really tested the Lakers in terms of guard play, because the Lakers had to get out of the lineup and go to a guard-heavy lineup and have AD just dominate. And AD was on this streak where he would play great one game and he would be average the next game. But again, Lakers won 4-2. Great series. Went back and forth, really. The Lakers just happened to be on the better end of the stick. Then they moved on to the Western Conference Finals, though they matched up against what really has been the best team all season in the West, the Denver Nuggets. I don't care what anyone says. Nikola Jokic is the MVP. I know they wanted to give it, they gave it to Joel this year, but I mean, what he did in the postseason in the first and second round, and then especially what he did to the Lakers, I really question why he did not win MVP this year. Averaging a triple-double, Nuggets were clear-cut the best team in the West, like I said earlier, and the numbers he was putting up were absolutely freaking-sensational. And it didn't matter what game plan you went in against Jokic. I mean, he just balled. And, you could put a really, the Lakers tried putting Anthony Davis on him. We tried putting Rui Hachimura on him. We tried putting Tristan Thompson on him. LeBron on him. We went through about 4 or 5 different rotation pieces. And, if you limit Jokic, you figured you'd have a chance. But they limited Jokic, and, Jamal Murray drops 30 points and a half. You have KCP balling. You have Michael Porter Jr. balling. You have Bruce Brown coming off the bench balling. And that's just, it's hard to beat when, when their 3, 4, and 5 guys are going off against you. And LeBron was hurt. I know that foot cannot be 100%, and he's putting a lot on it. I just think the Lakers' consistency in this series really bit them in the butt. And at times, the Lakers dominated the Nuggets. I know they can. And I think when you look back at the series, you could say, well, I think the Lakers can beat the Nuggets, but I know the Nuggets can beat the Lakers. And the Nuggets, give credit where credit's due. They made shots when they had to. And it just the Lakers would make these runs, 12-0, 11-0, 12-0, 11-0, and then they would let the Nuggets right back into the game. And I look at game one, they stayed with the 3-guard lineup, which I think Michael Porter Jr. took advantage of, him being 6'10", being guarded by a 6'2", 6'3" guy, And I was like, why aren't we starting Rui at that point? Or why aren't we starting Tristan Thompson or, one of our taller, guards at that 3 spot? It's not like D'Lo's not going to get minutes. It's not like Schroeder's not going to get minutes coming off the bench, because we have to have 2 guards to counteract Jamal Murray and KCP. And, unfortunately, the Lakers, they fell behind, and they eventually rallied, got the game close. And LeBron had a chance to win it, and he just missed the shot. And at the end of the day, you can live with that, He's going to make shots. He's going to miss shots. Game 2 was a little bit more competitive. I do personally feel the Lakers gave that game away. I don't feel Denver earned it. The Lakers were clear and cut the better team. The Nuggets just got hot at the end, and unfortunately, the Lakers just couldn't buy a basket. Game 3 was a little bit more of the same. The Lakers had the lead at home, unfortunately let it slip away. And game 4, Lakers, you're up 15 at halftime, and then you allow the Nuggets to outscore you by 20 in the third quarter. You're setting yourself up for failure, because you're down 5 going into the fourth quarter. And, like I said, hats off to Jokic. He played unbelievable. Even when the Lakers tried to make him a scorer, he was just unbelievable. And that's all you can say about it. And, the Lakers lost to a great team. And I do feel like that, going back to the consistency thing, if the Lakers played more consistent, they would have won the series. Absolutely. The Lakers had the better team in terms of depth, in terms of star power, You had AD and essentially Jokic canceling each other out in terms of rebounds and points, but that's where Denver beat up on everybody in the league this year, was rebounds. They led the league in rebounds. They were averaging 11 more rebounds than their opponents through the first 2 rounds, and definitely clear as day, out-rebounded the Lakers in this series. Because if Jokic wasn't getting offensive rebounds, Jamal Murray was getting offensive rebounds. Michael Porter Jr. was getting offensive rebounds. KCP was getting offensive rebounds. When you're not boxing out and you're giving teams multiple opportunities to score, of course you're going to lose. And I just don't know why the Lakers didn't realize that, we needed to go with a more tall lineup. Because all Michael Porter Jr. is really going to do is shoot threes. I would have put Anthony Davis on Jokic one-on-one. Well, not one-on-one. I would have put Rui on him, or somebody, have AD in the paint. Like the Warriors were kind of doing when they were guarding Jokic, because they would have Draymond guard Jokic, and they would have somebody else in the paint. Just, protecting the rim, that way, you're making the Nuggets beat you by shooting. But, unbelievable season, ups and downs, roller coaster of a season. The Lakers did not get off to the best start. They changed up their team. Shout out to Rob Pelinka once again. And they made a run, and that's all you can ask for, and I think we definitely have to run this team back. I definitely feel if the Lakers, because they only had 23 regular season games together, which is like a little over a fourth of the season. LeBron was hurt most of that time. So it's like, bring everybody back, fully healthy, let LeBron get his ankle tended to, let Anthony Davis get healthy. We definitely have to re-sign Austin Reeves, Lonnie Walker, Roy Hachimura, Dennis Schroeder. We definitely need to get those guys back. I'm not sure what they're going to do with D'Lo personally. I like D'Lo. I'm glad he got a second chance in LA. I just don't think it's gonna work. It's definitely more of a fit than Russ, I can tell you that. But maybe they try and send him a first rounder, a couple of other players, maybe Malik Beasley and somebody, and you get a couple of shooters in return. I know Buddy Hield is still out there. I definitely think the Lakers can get Malik Monk back in terms of what they could give them. But yeah, shout out to the Lakers. Absolutely. And I mean, I love my team and I love talking about the Lakers. I'm sad they got swept. But they were competitive every single game. That's all you could ask for. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it's gonna be it for the video. Like I said, feel free to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. At the time of this recording, we are just 3 subs away from the big 100. Just want to thank you guys again for the love and support. Okay, we're gonna be coming out with baseball content, with football content, with bowling content here shortly. But let's hit that subscribe button, guys. Tell your friends, tell your families, tell your coworkers, tell your uncles and aunts that you haven't spoken to in multiple years. Get them to check out the channel and hit that subscribe button, guys. And until next time, you guys have a good one, all right?